Yeah, check 1 2, check 1 2. Is this mic on? Is this mic on? Hey, listen, man, it's the one and only trendsetter DJ Sense, and you're listening to CockTales, dirty discussions with Kiki and Medinah, Monroe. Yeah.
Is called The Worst Behavior. Smoky tequila, old fashioned. I'm excited. So the ingredients you need to make the worst behavior. You need 2 ounces of blanco tequila, a half ounce of mezcal, 0.25 ounces of agave nectar. Ooh, I'm feeling real Spanish in here. 3 dashes of chocolate bitters, a tiny pinch of smoked salt, a wide orange peel for garnish, and 1 large ice cube for serving. So here is how you're going to make the worst behavior, baby. You're going to add that tequila, the mezcal, the agave, the bitters, and a tiny pinch of smoked salt to a mixed glass. Fill the mixing glass with ice and stir for about 20 to 30 seconds until it's well chilled. Strain that over 1 large ice cube in a rocks glass and express that orange peel over the drink. Rim the glass and drop it in and serve a worst behavior. And that's going to have you on your worst behavior.
It absolutely will. Welcome back to CockTales Dirty Discussions, you guys. We're just drinking wine so that we won't be on our worst behavior today because you know how easy that is to do. But welcome back to the show. I'm Kiki Said So.
Hey, y'all. I am Medinah Monroe.
And this week we do have a guest, but before we introduce her and get all in her business in more ways than one, I do want to remind you guys to stay listening all the way to the end of the episode because we do have a few announcements there and some special offers. So make sure you check that out. And also all of the promo codes and links to any of the trips or events that we'll be talking about will be in the episode description. Now this week, I want to welcome Miss Kitty Roberts. She is not a virgin here with us. She's been here before a few years ago, back in 2023, when we had the grass wall. So if you weren't here for that episode, you got to go back in the archives and find it. But Kitty is the founder of the Worst Behavior Tour, and they travel the world. Some of the trips that we've talked about are the Hedonism trips. Medinah and I went together before, and then I went last year to Hedonism 2 in Jamaica and had a blast. Those aren't the only trips she's done. Those are just the only ones I've been to. So I can't wait to learn more about the other things that you offer and just more about traveling. All 3 of us love traveling.
How have you been?
I've been great. I've been traveling. I've been a few different places actually this year. I just got back from Southeast Asia. I was in the Philippines, Vietnam, Malaysia, Thailand, Korea.
Now, was this for Worst Behavior Tour or was this personal travel?
Well, it started off with the trip to the Philippines. We had a group trip there. One of my favorite places in the world.
Really?
Yes. So we spent 9 days in the Philippines. And then after everybody left, I just kind of hopped around to different places, some new places, some old places.
Was you by yourself or with a bag?
I was by myself.
Come on. Now, let me ask you this, because I feel like the people need to hear it from a well-traveled person. Has the what's going on in the world affected any of your layovers or travels? Have you felt scared, anything like that?
No, nothing like that. The war kind of happened right after we got back from Dubai, so we weren't affected by that when we were in Dubai at the beginning of the year. But in Southeast Asia, everything was business as usual.
Okay.
Now, I do remember hearing some talk about gas shortages coming their way, but nothing affected my travel while I was there.
That's good to know because we got places to be in.
We
places
do. We
go,
both
baby.
going to Asia later. Medina's going to Thailand. I'm going to Bali.
I'm going to Bali and Thailand.
Oh, yeah. I forgot.
Yeah. So thanks for letting us know, friend.
Yeah, of course.
Now, before we get too deep into it, we're going to play a quick game of I'm Curious to Know. So if you guys don't know, I'm Curious to Know is our discussion card game. You can purchase it online at I'mCuriousToKnow.com. There's over 100 questions in here. It's ideal to play on a date, whether it's a date with somebody new or a date with somebody you've been with, because we all know our minds change. So y'all should get the game, play it. You can even play it with your friends. Okay, so my first question, Kitty, is what's something that you used to say you'd never be willing to try, but now you're curious?
Never willing to try. Okay, so I said that I was never going to go anywhere super duper cold. But now I've hit all 6 continents. So the last continent I need to hit is Antarctica.
Ooh, you gonna go?
I'm going to go. I got to do it.
Are you nervous?
A little bit, because I've heard some things about, the way there can be a little treacherous. So I'm a little worried about that, but I got to do it. I don't have the desire like other people to go to every country in the world. I don't want to do that. but 7 continents, I could do that.
Yeah. You gotta go.
Yeah,
You're
I
right.
got
If you've
to.
been to all of them, you gotta go.
Yeah.
What's yours?
Okay, Miss Kitty, I'm curious to know, since you got the worst behavior tour, on a scale from 1 to 10, how nasty are you?
Oh. Everybody knows this about me. I'm pretty vanilla. They'd be surprised to know that just because of what I do for a living. But I'm not a swinger. I don't consider myself in the lifestyle. I just like creating a safe environment for people to do what they want to do.
Mm-hmm. But on a scale from 1 to 10, how nasty
I'm gonna
would
say
you?
5.
Okay, in
Right
between.
under.
We're balanced.
Yeah, I'm normal,
Cool.
regular.
I think anytime anybody does anything sexual or close to sexual or dating, maybe not dating, but closer to sexual things, like even us talking about it, people assume that you're into way more than maybe you really are. And it's like you can be open to being around things or talking about things without that being your desire, you know?
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like when you ask somebody a question, or you post something on Instagram, everyone assumes that's what you're going through at the moment. It's like, yo, I just
thought it was
liked
funny
it.
or
Yeah.
relatable.
Chill
Right.
out.
Mm-hmm.
Facts.
Okay. Next one. When was the last time you ghosted someone and why?
I love this question.
Last time I ghosted someone, there was this guy. He was cute. He just couldn't get himself together, and it was just but reason after reason, and it just became too much, and it was just
Like, couldn't get himself together, like financially, mentally. He couldn't dress. There's so many things.
I would say like skipping around job to job,
You
no
weren't stable.
stability. Yeah,
Yeah.
They
So-
always be fine.
yeah.
Okay.
To get away with that when you look good.
I'm curious to know, have you ever fully financially supported someone you were dating?
No,
That was a quick one.
no, we don't do that over here.
No, baby.
This is my last one. How often do you need to talk to someone you're dating?
I would say when we say talk, it's texting the same thing.
Sure.
Okay. Every day.
Every day.
Every
What
other
if
day.
it's not texting? Like an actual phone call or FaceTime or in person?
Couple times a week. I'm not real needy in that aspect because I travel a lot, so I can't even be around as often as a regular person. So
Yeah.
I don't expect the other person to
To
be
do
able
that.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Okay, this is my last one. I'm curious to know, what would your most recent ex say about you as a partner? As a partner. That's the key word in that, as a partner.
He would say I was great.
You went up on that. Great.
I mean,
Great.
We talk. We still talk often. But he got somebody pregnant. So
Ooh, that's another card.
I almost pulled that one. They got a baby on the way.
So when that happened, how'd you find out? Did he tell you?
He did.
Okay.
He did.
At least it wasn't a messy
honest.
tale. Yeah.
It wasn't.
Niggas got to get help.
Yeah.
Speaking of getting help, we are about to move on to weird sex. You know, in honor of Mental Health Awareness Month, I think people put way too much pressure on themselves to be completely healed before they allow themselves any sort of intimacy, connection, or even exploration. And honestly, I don't think anybody is ever fully healed. We're all constantly evolving, learning ourselves, changing our boundaries, changing our desires even, all of that. And sometimes growth looks like finally being honest about what you actually want. That's why FEELD, spelled F-E-E-L-D, pronounced like field, is interesting to me. We've talked about it before, so let me remind you. It's a dating app for the curious, but what I like is that it feels way more intentional and open-minded than a lot of the other apps. People tend to be more upfront about who they are, what they're looking for, what they're into, what they're not into. It feels less performative and way more honest. One thing I really like is their free self-discovery tool called Reflections. It helps you think about your desires, your relationship style, and your boundaries before you even start connecting with other people. Because let's be real, a lot of people are dating without ever asking themselves what they actually want. I know I tell y'all to think about this all the time. I also appreciate that FEELD doesn't force that fast swipe culture. attraction can grow over time. And on field, you can actually take your time, skip profiles, go back, and explore at your own pace without feeling rushed into snap decisions. And I love that there are over 20 sexuality and gender options on the app because people evolve. Desire evolves. Curiosity evolves. And it's nice seeing a space that gives people room to explore without judgment. So if you're curious, open-minded, or just exploring what connection looks like for you these days, download Field on the App Store or Google Play. And now we'll get back to the show.
You said a man is not a necessity, a man is a luxury.
Like dessert. Yeah. A man is absolutely not a necessity.
Did you mean that to sound mean and bitter?
Oh, not at all. I adore dessert. I love men. I think men are the coolest. But you don't really need them to live.
And this week's Weird Sex is going to be a little different. We were sitting here talking before we started recording, and we had to talk about Meg Thee Stallion and Clay. And if you have been living under a rock, Meg posted a text on her story to let us all know that man, that beige man, cheated on her. He couldn't be monogamous, had her playing house, all up in her family's house, seasoning their food, giving them something they ain't never had before. And then he played in our girl's face. And the internet is upset, and she still had to go to work last night. And we were just talking about it. And I want y'all to leave something in the comments, mainly the women, not the men. I don't really want to hear from y'all right now.
Nobody wants to hear from them right now. Not one, not even your mama.
The last time that something like this happened to you, because I feel like it's happened to most of us, how did you react?
I personally wish I would. This is what I love. And I hate to sound messy, but I love that she so quickly got on there and didn't really give all her business, but really just said what happened. Mm-hmm. I wish I would have handled my breakup like that. I wish I didn't need to take a whole year to like heal and not date. I wish I would have just got online and been like, he did this, watch out everybody. And not in the type of way where it was that page where everybody was going to the page, find out about what men were doing. I'd love that too, but like I would never do that. Everybody was getting a little too open with that. But she just got on there and was short, sweet, and brief. Like, wow, I was really there for you. I'm hurt. I got to go to work and I can't believe you cheated on me. Like, it's just not, it's not fair. This behavior is just not fair. And men have been doing it for too long. Today I'm riding in the car listening to, I don't listen to new music. I listen to a lot of old songs. Same. So I was listening to Maya, Moving On with Silk the Shocker. And I was like, y'all has been acting up. And we give y'all time after time and chance after chance. And then we heal and we do the stuff and we come back out of healing and you do the same thing. I'm tired of it. I feel bad for her because also it's like, she's sad. As women, we've all been through that type of betrayal and heartache, and you just kind of got to go through the motions.
And what I find really frustrating is all of the men, including the one in here, I won't say your name, CC, but y'all feel like these professional athletes get a pass because of what they do. And okay, if that's how you feel, that's how you feel. And if that's how they act, that's how they act. But why do y'all wait to say it on the back end? Like, if that is truly how you feel, I think a lot of people would be surprised at how many people are actually interested or open to an open relationship or something non-monogamous. I think the biggest thing that affects a lot of people is having that choice taken away from you and you're being lied to. It's the lie of it all. And as somebody who has lied to men before, like, you just shouldn't do that. Just tell the person. Yeah. It doesn't feel good on either end, and it's frustrating. And what is it about money that, like, they both got it? Does she get to cheat on him? We saw what happened last time she was in some mess.
Yeah. There's somebody for everybody. If you want somebody who allows you to do those type of things, find you somebody who's open to allowing you to do those type of things. There's plenty of people who are okay with that. Plenty of women who are okay with that. Yeah. They just, I don't understand it.
I want to understand it though, because it also, for women, I look at it like, it's really interesting because when a woman decides, and I'm not talking about the women who are after money or after a certain thing, or you have a secret agenda. You just are an honest person. When we decide to bring a man out into the wilderness with us and out in the open on a red carpet, into the public, and we really are like, okay, this is my man. We both agreed you're my man and I'm your girl, and this is what we're doing.
On the same page.
There's this thing that happens where it's like, I can't just, the next man I bring out, you have this fear a little bit to be like, are you, we get a little tainted. It's like now everybody knows I was with this NBA player I don't get to just move on and hop on the next. I mean, you can, but it's very it's a sensitive thing, at least for me. It's like, I don't want to, this year I was on the red carpet with him and now next week I'm on the one. We really have to think about who we bring out because everybody knows.
And people are definitely counting who she's been with.
Nobody's looking at a man like that. Right. It's like, who's next with us? It's like, dang, she's dating look how they did Lori Harvey. She dated everybody.
And how many people has Chris Brown been with?
And
every
beat up.
Blasian in America.
Nobody
okay.
talks about that.
Like,
it makes me so mad because there's so much pressure on us. Like,
and even somebody said, well, I'm starting to think she's the problem. I said, well, nobody that she was in a relationship with what's the end goal here in your mind, sir? Like, is it to get married? Because none of them are married to my knowledge. So why is she the problem when the common denominator is just you niggas be doing trash shit? Yeah. And that's what it is.
And what if she wasn't even trying to date all of them, but just
that's what
hanging
happened.
Out or just seeing how the vibe is?
I'm so glad I'm not famous.
I'm so glad I'm not. I wouldn't be able to handle that.
Yeah.
You get online and literally we're all talking about. You can't even escape. I had to sprint out of Whole Foods because they were playing love songs when I was going through my heartbreak.
Oh,
yeah. And I couldn't imagine you get on Instagram and every post
it's like you can't.
Yeah.
And then it's like, I saw a clip of her performing in Chicago. That's what she's in right now. And it was the end when everybody takes their bow. And the people in the crowd were like cheering for her. And they were saying nice things, but it's still like, and she just kind of cried. And it's still like, I appreciate it, but still. It's almost like, do you want people to say something or do you not? Because you know that you still have to push through because you still have these other things to do. It is just a lot. So I think it's very weird that y'all keep doing this shit to us. And we're standing with you, Meg.
We're standing with you, girl. Anything you need, let us know. Well,
yeah, you come sit right here on the couch with us and talk about it. Anyway, that's it for weird sex. And now it's time to learn more about Kitty and the Worst Behavior Tour. But that made me think of something. Has there ever been situations where you're hosting these trips and people are having relationship drama in the middle of the trip and you have to step in? What kind of stuff happens? Is it like they're Facebook fighting or
is it like somebody thought they wanted to try something new or somebody cheated on the trip? There's so many things that could happen.
So many things that have happened, yeah. So some people, like, you really have to have the conversation. If you're coming with somebody, you have to have the conversation beforehand. What's acceptable? What's not acceptable? Are we going to spend the majority of our time together? Are we going to spend some time apart? Because sometimes people get really anxious once they can't find somebody.
Like, where you at? What you doing?
Why
you sweating? Why your heart rate up?
All of that kind of stuff. So there's stuff like that. Then there's people who will pay for somebody to travel with them to this resort with the mindset that if I'm paying for you, you're mine. Or that you're only going to talk to me, and that other person has not agreed to that. So that has caused some drama before. We're good at pulling people, away from each other in situations like that. So yeah, it does happen.
I think having the conversation about what you're okay with and what you're not is important. But I didn't think about the one where it's like, what did you say? How much time are we spending together? Like, is it okay if I don't see you for the rest of the day? Or are we still going to be together all day? Even though you can go off and do something, you still got to come back. I didn't think about that part. I could see how that
especially late at night, and then the person will be like, oh, I fell asleep somewhere. Sure you did.
Yeah.
You don't gotta lie, Craig.
Yeah, sometimes you do.
Wild.
Depending on your pre-trip conversation.
Right.
So what would you say are some of the biggest differences between the trips that you have to hedonism and then all the other trips to these exotic locations around the world?
So, of course, with hedonism, there is some nudity that is required if you're on certain sides of the resort and that sort of thing. And while we have other trips that we allow people to be nude, so like we do a trip to Orlando where we rent these fun houses and there's pools and lazy rivers and stuff like that. So people are free to be naked and stuff like that. Yeah. But if we go somewhere like, I don't know, Vietnam, you can't do that.
This is a regular trip.
It's a regular trip. But there's still people that are on those trips who've been to hedonism that have the same mindset that will still probably want to engage in some things. But there's also very vanilla, regular people who are there for a regular time.
Yeah. Now,
Kitty, make sure you talk in the mic. I'm just nervous.
Okay.
How long have you been hosting these trips and planning them out for everybody?
This is about the 12th or 13th year, I think, that we've been doing this. So, yeah, we've done events, we do trips, we do the Hedo thing. We've done, I know you've heard of Songkran in Thailand, so that's a big one. We're doing Australia in January.
How do you pick your locations?
Normally they're places I want to go to. So it's either some place that I've been to before and I loved, or I've been to and other people want to go. And maybe I didn't love it that much, but since they want to go, I'll take them there. So
what's a place that you get a lot of requests to plan trips for, but you didn't really like it the first time you went?
Bali.
Really?
What didn't you like about it?
There's a lot of traffic in all the Asian countries. There's a lot of traffic, but in Bali especially, the traffic is just I've never seen traffic like that before. It takes hours to get from here to there. A lot of times, depending on where you're going or where you're staying, of course.
Yeah.
But also Egypt. Egypt was another one that I just wasn't very fond of. A lot of poverty, a lot of begging. Just didn't feel safe. I feel like Egypt is a trip that if you're gonna do it, 2 to 3 days, get in, get out, kind of thing. Go see the pyramids, go to the Nile, that sort of thing. But yeah, I would say those two.
The spot for me so far has been Brazil.
Really?
I didn't like Brazil. I went for Carnival, and I was just like, I don't never.
What didn't you like?
The food was good, but like my favorite part was going to the favela, and that's the hood. I just didn't really. Carnival was too much for me. Phones was getting stolen. It was just too much.
Yeah.
The beach isn't a beach that I would like.
It's not very clean.
It's not very clean. There aren't I just didn't have my moment of that I normally have when I travel in a place where like, wow, this is beautiful. I mean, we went to where Michael Jackson did. They don't really care about us, and that was like just the cool. I don't need to go back.
Okay.
That's what I have heard a lot of people say about Brazil and Egypt. A lot of people are like, I'm glad I went. I saw the pyramids and I left. Somebody I know, they had a beautiful trip, and I thought that they only went to Egypt, but they split their time between Egypt and Jordan, I think. And they said Jordan is slept on, and they really liked it, but I don't know when we're going to be able to go over there. I have to check the safety map with all the color-coded things. And then Brazil, same thing, food, and it was cool, but everybody felt like, except for the people who went for a short amount of time, they said, I think I was just there too long. Maybe if I would have went and stayed less time,
I wasn't even there that long. It just always feels like you're a skip away from getting kidnapped or robbed.
I was in Bali for too long. I was there for almost a month.
Ooh-wee.
So that probably had something to do with it too.
Yeah. They did have us plan out our activities. Like, okay, we're going to do this on this day. And everything is like close together. That makes sense. It's the traffic.
Where'd you stay when you went to Bali? Because I think that also has a huge part of it also.
I think we're in Seminyak.
Seminyak.
Yeah, I think that's what it was called. But I think that did have something to do with it. But we rented these houses with these pools and all this kind of stuff.
We was at the Ritz. So we was too scared to do the house, and we was at the Ritz. And it was a whole different experience.
Yeah, they were trying to be naked, so I had to get a house.
Yeah. Y'all got
privacy. Now, I did hear somewhere that as far as the travel groups go, especially at Hedonism, you were like the first person to bring large groups of people of color, because I keep hearing people say who all gonna be there and like what the people look, and it's like you want to know, are there black people there, are there brown people there, what they look like, is it just old white people? And people are trying to find different ways to say it. I've only been with Kitty, and there's all sorts of people, but she does bring out a large group of people, and that's good, because there are a lot of other groups out there, but I think it's important to check out the first.
First fully black owned business. Let's say that, because there have been others that are kind of black but white, that have brought other black people there. But so when I first started doing this, there wasn't that many groups that were taking just exclusively black people to Hedonism, and we do have other races too. We have white people that join us, Asian people, etc. But there have been a few spinoffs, and people trying to copy me and that sort of thing. So, I mean, I'm flattered. Yeah, I must be doing something right. So
exactly.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Let me ask you this. This is a random question, but I'm just curious. Since you're a beautiful woman, I don't know if you're single or dating or in a situation. Okay. Single, beautiful woman, has her own, you just are amazing.
Oh, thank God.
You travel a lot.
Mm-hmm.
When you're dating someone, have you ever been like, come on one of my trips with me? And if you have, did it go left? Did it go right? Are there rules? Are you like, well, you still have to pay? Is it because I'm really big on communicating right now. I'm in a program called Communicators Lab, and it is teaching me how to communicate very well. And something like that I didn't do in my last relationship was I was just like, it's all like, just come. I can provide you this experience. I'm going to do it. I regret that. Mm-hmm. Have you ever done it and regretted it, or what are the rules for you?
I have done it and regretted it. Yes.
What made you regret it?
Even though the conversation was had that, this is my job, this is, I'm here to do the X, Y, and Z, and I'm not a part of D, E, and F. Mm-hmm. He still was over here in D, E, and F. Mm-hmm. So, had to pull him to the side and say, yeah, this is not going to work because I over communicate. I'm an over communicator. So I want you to know from the jump what it is
allowed and what's not.
Yeah.
And if you're insecure, don't come.
Don't come.
Because also beyond like just trying to talk to other people, my ex used to try to start little like arguments on the trip, or I'm not getting enough attention. Nigga,
while you're working?
This is work, but people look at it like when you're traveling and it's fun, like this is not.
Oh, yeah.
There is still a level of things that have to get done.
Yeah.
Like you got to go take a walk.
Yeah. People
by
always
yourself.
think, oh, you're going on a
trip. Go do some yoga.
Oh, you're going to go have fun. No, I'm going to work. It's work, especially the hedonism trips. It's a lot of doing things in the sun. Yeah, we're up from the morning time to late at night.
And also your presence is required. That's a lot of energy to give to people.
And I want to be present on all of the trips. I know in the future I'm not going to be able to do it, but currently I'm on every trip that I plan so that you have the head honcho with you at all times. So you never have to worry about anything being messed up or having to communicate with somebody who's not on scene. So
that makes a difference too. I'll never forget. I went on a Greece trip. This was 2019. And the person who planned the trip, we ran into a major issue, and she's at the club and we're all calling her, major time difference, but she knew we were on this trip. And we were like, you wasn't looking at the weather? Like, flights are getting canceled. We're stuck on an island. We got to
She wasn't there?
No, she wasn't on the trip. She was like the one who organized it, like a travel agent. She put it all together. So she was back at home. And it's like, not that you can't go out, but you know that this is your probably only client. And we are out here on this trip. You got to have something set up so that somebody can be reached. That was stressful. Yeah. So it is good to have somebody on the ground.
Yeah, there are a lot of travel agents who are not travel agents. Let's put it like that. I say there are travel agents, and then there are niggas throwing trips, is what it is. And a lot of these people are just niggas throwing trips. They don't have the accreditations. They haven't gone through any sort of training. They just copy what somebody else does because, oh, if they can do it, I can do it too, sort of thing.
Yeah.
And some of them, don't know how to manage money well. So that's where you get all these stories with travel agencies and people losing their money and people running off with their money and things like that. I would say every year, maybe 2, there's a Black group that somebody has run off with everybody's money. And they could have been going to Hedo for 3, 4, 5 years. But still something happens in the background and chaos ensues.
Y'all be careful out here. Do your research. I personally feel like you can tell from the website. I'd be like, why would you book this?
And I also think like if you can't get your questions answered, and when people act funny about stuff like that, or you don't exactly know what you're paying for, that's a big red flag for me. I be having questions when I'm spending money.
And definitely ask questions. Ask them if they have an IATA accreditation. Ask them for their IATA number. Google it. Look for Better Business Bureau reports and reviews and things like that. So,
and check Reddit too. I be checking all the things, especially when it's something new. You just never know how things are gonna go. Ooh, that's stressful. Okay. So when you are planning the trips, I do want to talk about hedonism some more, but I'm really more so curious about the other trips because I feel like I've talked about those a lot. So what's the next trip you have?
Hedo.
Okay. Well, yeah. Oh, yeah, because that's in May.
In May, Memorial Day weekend.
Is there a difference between May and December? The May and December Hedo?
Hedo, in May it's going to be hotter than it is in December.
Mm-hmm.
December is a little on the cooler side, especially at night. So if you're into hot weather and getting in the pool, then May is a great time to go. If you don't like hot weather, then December is for you. I tend to get sick when the weather goes kind of up and down. And so December, I usually get sick sometime during the trip.
There's something about that winter time. Now, what made you decide that you wanted to host trips in the beginning anyway? Like, where did your love of travel come from?
I used to travel as a young person with my mom and my family. We did a lot of camping trips and road trips and cruises and things like that. And then as I got older, I wanted to continue that. And so I would go on these trips and then people would come back and be like, oh, take me with you next time. Or ask me to bring souvenirs back, which I don't do. If you want a souvenir, you need to be on the trip with me so that you can get your own souvenirs. I got 50 pounds. Why would I use my 50 pounds towards stuff that you want?
Yeah. I'm a souvenir queen. I'm bringing everybody back.
Oh, really? Oh, no.
Yeah, she likes to bring back hot sauce. So now I'll be looking for hot sauce to bring her some.
Oh, wow. That's nice. She's nice. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard of that.
Could you date somebody who doesn't like to travel?
No. Because I just don't understand why you would not want to see the world, why you would not want to get outside of your comfort zone. And sometimes it's hard to get Black men to travel. And I don't know why that is. I feel like a lot of them rather spend their money on tangible things like cars and rims and video games and stuff like that. But for the ones that do, they have a better sense of the world, better conversations with those type of people and everything.
How old were you when you took your first flight?
Oh, I was a baby.
Baby like 2 or like baby like 13?
No, like under 2.
Okay, we're kind of the same.
Yeah.
How old were you when you took your first international flight?
I was an adult.
20s, 30s?
20s.
Okay.
Early 20s.
Yeah, I was in my early 20s for my first international flight, but I was a kid on my first regular flight. I don't know how old I was.
Yeah, I was a baby. And
for your first international one?
No, first. Oh. I didn't travel international until I was an adult. I think as a flight attendant.
Where was both of y'all's first international trips, and how were they?
I wish I knew. It was I don't know if it was Ireland.
It was for work.
I was a flight attendant. Okay. Yeah.
Mine was, I think, Jamaica.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, does a cruise count?
I think it counts.
Then mine was probably Jamaica too.
Okay. So I went on a cruise at 14.
My first cruise was last year.
Oh, yeah.
And I had a blast, and I still haven't shut up about it. I just got back from one. My trip, though, was Costa Rica. And I won't forget that experience. I didn't really like it. That's a place for me that people all want to go, and I didn't really like it, but I want to go back. I think that I didn't really like it because we went for a family reunion. Okay. So a huge chunk of our time there was already planned out by the family. And so we had a set schedule, and we didn't have a lot of time to explore. And I think I was kind of overwhelmed and didn't even know where to start trying to figure out what to do while we were there. I didn't plan anything because I'm always like trying to look up stuff to have ideas. And that time I went in pretty blind. So I would like to go back and see how I like it this next time. But I only went that once, and we spent time in San Jose. And then the other time we spent in Securus, which is a smaller like coastal town where my stepdad's family is from on the Caribbean side. And it was okay, but I was like, I'm ready to go.
Yeah. That's what a lot of people like about our trips is that we plan everything out. So you literally just have to show up. You don't have to research or do anything. And if you don't want to do something, you don't have to do it. You could stay, you could make your own plans. You could do kind of whatever you want.
How do you go about putting the itinerary together?
I look at what I want to do.
Okay. And what does the itinerary normally look like based off of what you want to do? Is there are there activities?
Yeah. So I'd like to do something cultural for sure. So we want to do some sort of cooking class or something where we can immerse ourselves in the culture. I also like to do some sort of fun activities. Some of my clients make fun of me because they say, wherever there's an ATV, Kitty's going to plan an ATV.
I like an ATV.
I love an ATV ride. So we definitely want to do that. I think the most fun I've had actually on an ATV was in Bali. I will say that.
Okay.
We were going through rivers.
It felt like Jumanji. You go through the streets.
Exactly.
Oh, that was
great. That was great. But so yeah, something cultural, something fun. Something iconic, maybe something that people want to do on Instagram or they done on TikTok.
Like a photo-worthy moment.
Yeah.
Did y'all do the swing in Bali?
Yeah, of course.
My picture came out so ugly. Really? It was not cute. My tracks. I had curly weave, and I shouldn't have did it because my hair kept napping up. And the man was just like, "Ma'am, just get off this way. We're not gonna get it." And then my butt was showing from the dress. It was.
Told you just get off. Well, damn.
You had no
really
friends with you to tell you.
I was personally didn't. I don't need to do the swing. I was like, this is not. The pictures was ugly. So, and my little dress that I got to pick from, it wasn't cute.
I didn't like it.
I didn't like it, but it was fun to swing on in the air like that.
Yeah, like a kid.
I saw somebody say that about the Thailand lily pad photo shoot on the boats. Have y'all done that?
I didn't do that one.
I did do that. It was like
What'd you
I did not like my photos.
Okay.
I have one, and I think it's my cover photo on my Facebook page, but that's like the only one that I took that I liked. Everything else was just like, what the hell is this?
Yeah.
I was watching a girl that I met last week. I was watching her. She said she was de-influencing us from things to do.
Post.
Yes, in different places. She was like, the influencers be lying. I'm going and I'm going to tell you, which is true. That's how I end up without videos sometimes because I'm actually having fun. So if it ain't no video proof, don't think it wasn't a good time. It's probably the best time. Anyway, she said it was too hot. The photographer was not giving her good direction. And she still posted the picture. She's like, like making faces. So I imagine it must have been like that.
Yeah. I would do it again. Now I know what to do different, if that makes sense.
What's somewhere that's on your bucket list to travel to?
Okay, so this is something.
And an experience that you want there.
Mine is kind of like a bundle. I really want to go to London. I don't know why, but I've never been there. I keep dreaming about it. And everybody says
to find your Lord.
Yeah, to find my Lord. So I might do that in September for my birthday. But one thing that I have always wanted to do is go on a vessel, on a ship, and Antarctica. They have this ship where you can go and dive with these science researchers who study orcas. And you get to be with like wild orcas. You get to feed them, dive with them. You're on this vessel for, I think, you can do the 2-week one or 7 days, and you get to see. I love the ocean, and just being able to sleep out on a boat and see what happens in the middle of the ocean at night, or early in the morning, or just throughout the day. So that is on my list of things to accomplish. I sent the company an email to get on the list to go. It's $11,000 per person, and so we'll see how this goes. Pray for me.
Y'all buy some houses.
That could be a commission check.
Wait to hear about it.
Yeah, that's something that I've wanted to do for a long time. I saw it on I forget the name of the science researchers that study the whales, but it was a Netflix documentary, and you really get to learn about. I love animals, and I love orcas, and I love big things that could possibly kill you, but they don't want to. So that is like I cannot wait to accomplish that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you have another bucket list place that you haven't been to
besides
Antarctica?
Don't want to do that. The ocean
Most
scares
people
me.
don't.
Yeah, the ocean scares me. It's too much in there we don't know about. That. Yeah.
It scares me too, I think, but I'm drawn to things that scare me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You like scary movies?
I don't like scary stuff like that. No.
Hold up, not that much.
Okay. Shoot. I hit a lot of my bucket list places.
Go ahead. Talk
I
your
know.
shit.
I've been to Fiji and Tahiti.
Love Fiji.
Have you?
Okay.
You have.
There is a place in Africa, and I can't remember which country it is, but it has this train, and they call it the most luxurious train in the world. And it takes you from one part of Africa to another, and everything is included, all your food, all your drinks. You got to dress up for dinner and all that kind of stuff. So I think that's like on my bucket list.
I want to do one of those luxury train rides, and I would prefer to do it somewhere not cold.
Yeah.
But I do think it would be cool to see a cold location. I keep seeing ads on Instagram and TikTok for them. They look so cool. Didn't you do one?
I did. I took that nigga.
Well, we can leave that part. But was it fun outside of him?
It was a lot of fun.
Okay.
It was, and it's so intimate. That's one of those ones where it's like when you do it, it's intimate, and because you're in the little cart. You can
It ain't too
upgrade and
much
get
to
a
do.
nice cabin, but it's still a train.
Yeah.
But I love that they have the community dinners. There's a game cabin where you can just go and play games. There's a bar that comes around. You can order bottle service and they bring it to your room. It was a really good time, especially at night, sleeping and sex in the little train cabin. Top tier.
Where did you go from and to?
I did it through Canada.
Okay.
So we started in some little town. I don't even remember the name. And then the destination was going to Toronto, but you got to go through all, and we went to whatever that little carnival thing is that they do in Toronto. Caravana. We went to that, but we were 2 or 3 days on the train. It was really nice. We saw animals. We saw different lakes. It was beautiful.
That sounds beautiful. I love nature.
Yeah.
People say that a lot. Somebody told me recently that they did a trip to somewhere I never think about going, Maine.
I love.
And she left Maine, and then I don't know if she said she went to Canada or thought about Canada, or maybe it was a totally separate conversation. But anyway, she said Maine was really cute and she had just never considered it, but she went on like a tourism board trip and she was like, I learned a lot about the area. I found like so many cool things. She was like, it felt like kind of stepping back in time a little bit. She said she felt like, I think she said the Beauty and the Beast, being on the Beauty and the Beast. And she was like, but it was cool and people were really nice and it wasn't at all what I expected. And I said, maybe one day I'll check it out. It's going to have to be a summertime because Maine gets too cold.
Yeah. But the lobster should be amazing.
Yeah. I do like a little lobster. I'm not too crazy about it, but I do like it.
Okay.
Another thing I know about your trips and your community of people, which I can attest to, is the family vibe, which might sound weird if you've never been on a trip. How do you think you maintain this family vibe without it being exactly family friendly?
Right, because they do be fucking each other.
Yeah.
I don't know. We just all kind of look out for each other. I'm kind of like the mama of the group. Everybody knows I don't play when it comes to safety and things like that. I was just telling you earlier, went to the Bruno Mars concert yesterday.
How was it?
It was great. It was a great concert. And 3 girls came in from out of town, all girls that I met in the group. One from North Carolina, one from Houston, and another from Tampa. And we all went to the concert together. And we're all like, we're friends. But we met through this Facebook group. Or a travel group. So I don't know how it just ends up like that. Once you go, you get it. Is the easiest way to put it. Or people who are in our Facebook group, they see how we take care of each other and look after each other and that sort of thing. So,
Yeah, I will say I have kept in touch with more people this go round because I spent more time talking to people and everybody's really cool and like we'll make plans to hang out or like just talking about different stuff and we all just never say where we met when we meet other people. More so for them than me because anybody would know where I met them, but they want to keep things hush hush. And that's something else that I like about the group is that people respect each other's privacy. So like we all know where we met and we all know what happened, but when you come back to America after leaving Jamaica and you know that this person is more private about their life, people respect that. And I think that that's something that's really important because when you do see things where people are posting videos, you may have seen videos at Hedonism, but those videos come from, sometimes it's people who have consented to that. So don't think that everybody is all just being sneakily recorded. And I know like with this group, everybody who's in the videos where they're posting like promo stuff, everybody said okay. And that's something else that's important because when you do go somewhere where you can really just like let go and be free, you want to feel like you can actually be free and not like you're going to regret this next week.
Everybody who's on the trip has something to lose at the end of the day. So everyone is very respectful of everybody's privacy, pictures and things like that we take as a business. I always try to run the video past everybody before I make it public to say, hey, and we'll definitely make sure nobody looks crazy, nobody's nude or got a titty out or anything like that. So we put a lot of thought into it before we put anything out into the atmosphere.
That's appreciated because I have definitely seen wild crazy videos and I'm like, oh my God, that's not worst behavior too. Okay, it's not worst behavior. Okay, cool. Because that could be a wild thing. What else did I want to ask you? What about your friendships? How do you manage and maintain those with you being gone so much? Is it hard, or do you think because you have a lot of friends who travel too, it's not such a big deal?
Yeah, a lot of my friends travel with me, or they work for me, so they travel with me too. So yeah, but I do miss my friends sometimes when I have to be gone for a month, or stuff like that. So I try to make it up either before I leave or when I come back, or both.
Do you think that you'll always be on the go like this? Or do you think you'll ever slow down and maybe not be on all of the trips?
I think eventually, I think eventually I'll slow down. Just like with anything, it starts to become more monotonous after a while. It's not as exciting as it used to be. I've been to Jamaica probably 50 times, literally, at this point. So it's like going to the airport is, you don't need to tell me anything. I know how everything works. I know your job better than you do. I think at some point I'll probably transition more to a director type position. But right now it's still fun.
What would it take for you to make that transition?
Oh gosh, I'm a Virgo, so I'm very hands-on, and the details mean a lot to me, and I'm a control freak a little bit.
So you need a clone.
Yes. Maybe Elon Musk is working on something. Who knows?
Probably. They might have them down in Antarctica. That's where I heard they doing all the clone
All the research.
Well, I have fell into the conspiracy theory TikTok. That's why I really want to know what you see when you go to see the orcas. Wow. I've got theories, and when you book your trip after you sell 20 more houses, and it's just like, oh, this 11,000 is a drop in the bucket.
Yeah,
I'll send them to you because I've got questions. I ain't going though.
Okay,
I don't want to go. I'm scared.
Since you do travel internationally so much, have you looked at like purchasing real estate if you haven't already in another country, or have you ever considered living outside of the States?
Yeah, people ask me that, and they just assume that because I do travel and I like to travel that I'd want to live outside of the States.
Or just own property out there.
I mean, yeah, if I was rich enough, I would own property. Probably, well, I can't do that. I was going to say I would own property in the Philippines, but you have to be Filipino to own property.
Really?
In the Philippines, yes. Or you have to have somebody, like let's say you have a spouse, then your spouse who's Filipino owns 51% and you can own 49%.
They say y'all is not coming over here.
Yeah, and I respect it.
I do too.
Yeah.
You have to have Philippine,
Filipino.
The DNA got to be in there. That's funny.
Yeah,
Wow.
so I would, but as far as like moving, unless things get crazier in this country, I don't plan on going anywhere.
Yeah. Would you want to live somewhere else?
I would want to just for maybe like a year. Not move over there and I'm never coming back here. And it would probably be Costa Rica or Thailand.
I would do that too for like a year, 6 months.
They have this program in Thailand in Chiang Mai where you can raise a baby elephant, and you get a baby elephant. You live in the jungle with it. You shower with it. You bond with the elephant, and you feed it every morning. And it's like a whole program. And then you help raise these baby elephants.
Oh wow!
And so what happens when they get grown? You release them?
Well, they don't release them, but it's like I don't know if they were born in captivity or if they're rescuing the baby elephants, and so like I guess they
sanctuary.
Sanctuary. You just get them used to people, and it's your little baby. That's what I would do, but then I'm coming back home. Because sometimes when you do travel a lot, and it's like the whole toilet, you can't put your tampon in the toilet.
That
and you can't
toilet
put the
paper
tissue.
Tampon,
it'd be nasty, and so.
And I'm just like, I know it was a man who came up with this idea. Because have you ever had to take care of that? I couldn't see myself living somewhere else full time. Maybe one day owning a place somewhere else, but I don't know where. I need to see more of the world. My first thought is Curacao because that's still my favorite place in the world. It's perfect to me. But it ain't cheap. They got real American prices over there. So I don't know. If I did it, I would want to be somewhere a little cheaper. But I'd be nervous. I don't know if I could ever do it. Anyway, all right, so we are going to move on to weird sex advice. And when we come back, we are going to do cocktails after that. Okay, y'all, let's talk about libido supplements for a second. Because why does that market feel so sketchy sometimes? Like if you've ever looked into sex drive supplements online, half of them look like something you'd buy at a gas station next to a honey packet and an energy shot. And then you start reading reviews and people are talking about headaches, weird side effects, mystery ingredients. It's a hot ass mess. That's why I was actually interested when I learned about Drive Boost from VB Health. What makes them different? What makes them different is the transparency. VB Health's whole mission is simple: create supplements that work. Their products are doctor formulated using scientifically backed ingredients, third-party tested, and made right here in the USA in certified manufacturing facilities focused on safety and quality. And I also like that Drive Boost isn't just marketed towards men. It's formulated for everybody, men and women. Because libido, energy, desire, hormones, stress, all of that affects everybody differently throughout life. Drive Boost contains 4 scientifically backed ingredients designed to naturally support sex drive and libido. And for women specifically, some of those ingredients may also help support certain symptoms connected to perimenopause and menopause, which honestly, I feel like more women are finally starting to openly discuss instead of sitting around suffering in silence and terrorizing their families. And VB Health is expanding beyond just sexual wellness too. They have recently launched a new product called Energy Boost, which is a science-backed pre-workout and focus supplement. So they're clearly building a brand that is not just about sexual wellness, it is overall wellness. And it's rooted in actual research and effectiveness, not gimmicks. So if you're tired of the shady supplement world and want something that's transparent, tested, and designed to actually work, please, please, please check out Drive Boost from VB Health. Visit vb.health and use code CockTales, CockTales, for 10% off. Or you can click the link in this episode's description. And now we'll get back to the show. Why they do fucked up stuff, I don't know, child.
You need to go on dates in that luteal phase.
Especially when they claim to love you. They be lying. If you want to get some advice from us, make sure you email us at advice@cocktailspod.com. If you have a question that you want to ask us or our guest, if we have a guest that week, make sure you email us at advice@cocktailspod.com.
Okay, this advice is titled, I Want to Explore and He Want to Stay Home.
Ooh.
Hey, Medinah and Kiki. Okay, don't judge me, but I need some real advice. I've been with my boyfriend for 3 years and I love him down. Our relationship is solid. We have fun together and our sex life is actually pretty good. But lately, I've been feeling curious. You need to buy I'm Curious to Know. I keep seeing people talk about sex clubs, like the vibe, the freedom, the exploration. And I'm not going to lie, I want to go. Ain't nothing worse than wanting to try something sexually and you scared to tell the person you with. Not even necessarily to do anything crazy, but I just want to experience it. I feel like it could be exciting, maybe even bring us a little bit closer. So I brought it up to my boyfriend and he was not feeling it at all. Like immediately shut it down. He said that's not his thing. He doesn't want other people looking at me like that. And he doesn't even like the idea of being in that environment. He basically said he's cool with our sex life as is and doesn't see why we need to add extra. And she put it in the little air quotes. Now I'm conflicted. On one hand, I respect his boundaries and I don't want to pressure him into something he's uncomfortable with. But on the other hand, I feel like I'm evolving and getting more open and I don't want to ignore that part of myself. I also don't know if this is something I should just let go. You're not going to be able to let it go, first of all. Or if it's deeper, like, am I going to start feeling restricted or resentful later?
Yes.
So my questions are, is it wrong for me to want to explore something like this, even if my relationship is good? Should I revisit the conversation with him or just respect his no and move on? And how do you balance curiosity and growth when your partner isn't on the same page? Help. Because I don't want to mess up a good thing, but I also don't want to feel like I'm shrinking myself either. Sincerely curious, but conflicted. What you think?
Did she say they were married or no?
They're not married. I was thinking that same thing. This might not be your man.
Right.
Yeah. I think that she should shut it down and move on. He's not with it. He's not going to change his mind. If she talks more about it, he's going to start thinking that she's somebody that like he didn't know who she really was, type of thing. And that may ruin the whole relationship just from her repeating what she wants. So either she wants to keep the relationship or she wants to go find a new one. That's my thought.
Yeah, I think you might need to seriously prepare yourself for a new relationship. But first, you need to ask yourself, how important is this? I feel like because you're at the point where you're writing us, asking for advice, this is something that you really want to try. And unfortunately, you're with somebody who's not into it. And I don't want you to... At first, I was thinking, go ahead and talk to him. But Kitty might be right about that. Don't keep talking to him about it. He already told you how he felt. And you need to respect that. But you also don't have to try and change him. Because what will happen is if you do see success in talking to him about it again and he changes his mind, you don't know what the comeback from that is going to be. Is he going to regret it? Is he going to enjoy it and then feel away? Or is he not going to enjoy it and then be mad at you because you did? It could go so many ways. But the fact that he's not okay with it and you do want to explore it, I think that you just need to be okay with this not working out if it's that important to you. If it's not really that important, then you could go on. But I feel like it is really, really important to you. And maybe next time you're in a relationship, you can get I'm curious to know, and you ask these questions a little earlier on and ask them things. Like, I think every failed relationship or every relationship that is not a failure. You learn something. Now you know that you might be a little bit more open and curious about non-traditional things in your love life, and you know with the next person to ask them about it. What do you think?
I think it's okay. Excuse me. I think it's okay to have the conversation again. If you also don't really know what you're trying to do, because it doesn't sound like you're trying to go be with Nature Boy. Is that what they called that man who had all the people in the house having sex?
I don't even know.
Nature
Boy. Who is
I think his name is Nature Boy. And he had started like this whole sex cult thing. But it's like, are you trying to be an extremist with it? You just want to try it? Because I have been in relationships before where the person like totally shut it down too. And then I did bring it up again. It was like, let's just go. You don't have to do anything. Like, he might be scared and he might be speaking too quickly without really thinking about what that environment looks like, because everybody has this assumption. Even I had a certain type of assumption about the trips and the sex clubs. And then when I actually went, I was like, everybody respects you and you don't have to do anything. Mm-hmm. So I personally would have the conversation. Again, I've been in this situation before and my ex did go to, it was worst behavior. Mm-hmm. He came and he actually had a good time. We didn't do anything sexual with other people. We both thought we weren't going to go on the nude side because I was like, I'm not doing it. I'm scared. I'm not doing it. And then we both went and did it and we were so happy. We went back to the room and had amazing sex. And then we went to the sex club in Atlanta. Now that went very left. We shouldn't have took the mushrooms. We shouldn't have took the mushrooms. We should have stopped it there.
Were they the mushrooms I gave you?
No, the mushrooms you gave us, it was cool. But we did mushrooms when we went to trapeze, and it went left. I really think he was jealous because he was looking at me. I was like, I ain't my fault. But I think it opens up a door, what I call a reveal moment. Like, he shouldn't just be shutting shit down, because that also sets a tone of how conversations will go in your relationship. I don't think either party in a relationship should just be like, absolutely not. First of all, we're not married. Second of all, it's not absolutely not for me. You need to be true to yourself. Try it even if y'all don't break up, because that's not your husband.
And also, if it is an absolutely not, get the fuck on.
Get the fuck on.
Because, like, you're not married.
Yeah, you're not.
It's easier to break up now before you got to go to the court.
Yeah,
so,
and if he still really is a hard no, I would be like, okay, baby, well, I'm sorry you feel that way. I'm going to go.
Hard question mark for me, so I need to find somebody who's cool with this.
Yeah, I'm going to the sex club this weekend, so you can either come or you don't have to. And then we'll talk about the repercussions after this.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Tell us how it goes.
Yes, send us the cocktail for when you do to the sex club, and let us know if you took this man or if you went by yourself. I really, really, really want to know. Again, if you guys have questions, make sure you email us advice@cocktalespod.com. And now it is time to move on to the cocktails.
Not long ago, I was a
So if you have a cocktail that you want to share, make sure you email it to us, or you can call us. The number will be in the description box. I don't know the number off the top of my head, but the email is cocktails@cocktailspod.com. So, Kitty, this is the story that you'll share about your sex or dating or whatever experience that was story worthy. You told me one.
I know, and I forgot what it was.
It was kind of like an overnight date. Somebody.
Oh, okay, yeah. Mm-hmm. We were talking about my first time at Hedonism and how I went with somebody that I met on Facebook. He was a Facebook friend. I had never even actually met him before in person. And he reached out to me and was like, you want to go to Jamaica on Friday? And I was like, are you paying? And he was like, yeah. I said, oh, we're going to Jamaica on Friday. So we went. He spent a lot of time smoking weed. So I was kind of out and about. And I was like, I'm not going to do anything other than eat this free food and drink these free drinks and that sort of thing. And having a great time, of course, my first time at Hedo. But when we got back from the trip, I got added to their Facebook group because I wasn't in it before because I was a last minute addition to the trip. So I get added to the group and then I get a message from this guy and he's like, oh, I remember you. You were there, da-da-da-da, but we never actually talked. And so he was like, I'd really like to take you on a date. You know, when are you available? And I was like, oh, I don't live in the DMV because that group was based out of the DMV. I was like, I live in Atlanta. I don't live in the DMV. So he was like, that's fine. I'll come to Atlanta. I was like, oh.
Okay, daddy.
Right. So he came to Atlanta. We went to the Sundial and had a good time. And during that date, he was like, oh, yeah, I'm going to London in 2 weeks. You want to go to London with me in 2 weeks? And I was like, yes. Yeah, I do. So that was my first time in London. We had a great time out there. And he didn't even try me the whole time.
So refreshing.
It was. It's great.
The men that don't try.
It almost makes you want it more.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's like, you're such a gentleman.
Right.
And you're not like, you don't think you deserve, like, it's just, you're not entitled to my body just because you brought me out. That's so amazing.
I've gone to China with niggas before that have paid for the trip and not given them any, or like I said, London, Cancun, different places. So yeah, a lot of guys will expect that, but the ones that don't and the ones that don't even try,
okay, now you want my friend too? What you want, baby? You want me to buy you some Jordans? What you doing?
That's some Jordans. That's a good date. Now, did you ever give him any?
Eventually, yes. Yes.
See?
You know,
hard work pays off.
Yeah, exactly. We still talk to this day. So yeah.
See, that's good.
And I'll still bust it open for you, Mr. Franklin.
Well, thank you so much, Kitty, for that good cocktail. Now, let everybody know where they can go to book these trips. And I did want to ask you one last thing. If anybody is on the fence about any of your trips, what would you tell them?
If you're on the fence about any of our trips, I would say join the Facebook group. That way you can get a sense of who I am as a person, who the people are that travel. Of course, there's a couple knuckleheads here and there, but a lot of times those people in the group aren't even people who actually travel. But we do have smaller trips also, like I said earlier, to Orlando. We do a trip to Vegas. That don't cost as much as, let's say, the trip to Jamaica, because that is a little on the mid-range price side.
What about prom?
Yeah, we have prom also. We have adult prom that's coming up this June. I want you ladies to come if you're in town. Please bring your dates and all that.
It looks really nice. I saw a Rolls Royce. I saw the Barbie cutouts for you to get in the boxes.
Yeah.
It was nice. I didn't go because I wasn't here. But I'm gonna have to go this year.
The last one we had was 2023, I think.
Okay.
So yeah, we're coming back this year. Got a lot of fun things going on with that. So yeah, I would just say, just try it. Just come on something small if you're on the fence. And I guarantee you, after you do that, you're going to want to book one of the other trips because somebody's going to talk to you about it and they're going to convince you.
Yeah. The Facebook group is definitely a good start. I'm in the Facebook group. You can meet the people. And then something cool that they do is after you book a trip, there's a paid Facebook messenger group so you can talk to the people who are already going. I was in it before the last trip, so it was cool to get to know more people. I wasn't really on Facebook for real like that the last time, so this time was better because I was really talking to people, and we were sad when the group ended because the trip was over for a few months. But it was nice meeting people, and you could connect with people, and then you see them in real life. It just feels good because then it's like, oh, internet friend, and you match their faces because sometimes people have their fake names, and it helps.
And then we plan things too. We plan things in the group. Like tomorrow we're doing karaoke. We're going to meet up as a group to do karaoke. So I know there'll be some people who've never been on a trip before that'll come and show up to something like that, kind of hang out with us and stuff. So we do stuff like that too.
And you can meet the people. And the last time, there were a lot of successful, attractive people, the men and the women. I'm just saying, y'all be looking for ways to meet men. These men were traveling. The trip is not free or cheap. So, and they were going alone. They weren't doubling up, tripling up in rooms. So I'm just saying, y'all. They were doctors.
Me to the man.
I didn't remember his name. And I said something in the show so that he could message me and I told him just message you, but I remember his name now. I won't say it because I don't know if he wants me to, but I'll tell you after.
Okay.
Where are you at? You told me to hook you up, and then I put the bird call out, and where are you at?
Yeah.
Oh, well, sorry to that short king. But worstbehaviortour.com.
Yes.
Worst Behavior Tour on Facebook.
We're on Instagram. We're not on TikTok as much as we are on Instagram and Facebook, but you can definitely send us a message on any of those platforms. We'll get back to you. But yeah, come check us out. It's a lot of fun.
It is. Now, Medinah, you got any announcements?
I do, you guys. I am hosting Celebrating Girl Dads. It's a day party fundraiser presented by the Power of Girls. It's May 17th at the retreat. The retreat is very cute. If you have not been there yet, I love it. It's from 3 p.m. to 8 p.m. It's dressy casual, and the early bird tickets are available. You guys, this is going to be wonderful. I've been telling all the girls, if you're looking for a good man, this is like quite literally the place to be. We're highlighting men who take care of their kids. So specifically, some of the men that we'll be honoring this year, the founder of Library Dads, his name is Kari Arnold, Kirk Brown, Dr. Tart. I love me some Dr. Tart. He's a psychologist that is always on Instagram talking crazy. Joshua Powell, he's a retired NBA player. Mike Jackson, Stephen Fowler, AJ Terrell. He's a cornerback for Atlanta Falcons. Y'all, everybody who is anybody will be at this day party. It's a day party. It's not a plated dinner. We're turning up. We're having fun. We're looking cute. We're looking sexy, and it's going to be a vibe. So get your tickets now. This is not just for the parents. This is a party. May 17th, we're celebrating Girl Dads, and it's a day party at the retreat. I hope to see you there.
Okay, and I want to remind you guys that we did add a couple more spots to the Bali trip. So I think that there are 5 spots left, and once those are gone, that's it. So make sure you click the link in the description to sign up for the trip. Also, we are reading a book this month. I think it's called Everybody Here Is Lying. I'll put the for sure title in the description, but that is the book for April. And then for May, we are reading another book. I'll put that in the description. It's a fantasy book, and it's set back in time, and it has really, really good reviews. A friend of mine read it. We voted on these 2 for April and May. I'm excited. I've really been in my sci-fi bag lately, and this isn't sci-fi, it's fantasy. So I'm curious to see how it is. It came highly recommended to people who have read the Maggie Gray series. And then the weekend of May 15th through the 17th, so the 15th is a Friday through Sunday the 17th, my book club is hosting a few different events. We are going to end it on that Sunday. Whether you are in the book club or not, you can join these events. I will put the link to the Patreon where you will see all the listings of everything. If you want to come and kind of meet some of the ladies and gentlemen who are in the book club or just hang out with us, you are more than welcome to. I'm really looking forward to meeting you guys. As you know, the book club is virtual, so people are all over the place. Sometimes y'all be on the Zooms with your cameras off, and it'll just be nice to hang out in person. What else did I want to remind you guys of? I guess that's it for now. Anything else would be in the description, but I am looking forward to connecting with y'all and seeing y'all in a couple of weeks. And make sure you're following us on Instagram. Together, we're at CockTales Podcast. I'm Kiki Said So.
I'm Coffee Bean Dean.
And until next week, you guys.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Bye. Bye. Okay. Bye. 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 Population. Goodbye. Bye. 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 Bye.